Hey guys, it's time. It's time for us to have a conversation. And while we are talking about having a conversation right now, I'm going to give everybody a chance to get on here for a couple of minutes so we can talk a little bit and talk about some important things. And in the meantime, though, I wanted to make sure that we talk about the holiday week that just happened, right? It's so good to be able to take some time off, and I trust that you guys had a great holiday, and there were some things that happened over that holiday that you just really appreciated, because those are the kinds of things that get us up every day and keep us moving, keep us putting our feet on the floor and getting started for the day. So I had a chance to take some extra time, and that was really nice too. So keeping in mind of that. Now, also keeping in mind that this next coming holiday, which is really 3 weeks away. Can you believe it already? My kids are counting down. We've got this little counter that says, hey, Christmas is in 21 days. Can't wait till Santa comes, right? So we're counting down. But just to keep in mind that two things. Number one, as this next holiday comes, what are you doing to take care of you and have some time to enjoy the stuff that's worth being grateful for? And then number two, what are you doing to make sure that your hustle is on so that you can take that time off and use it well? All right, so here's where we're at with this. Today's topic I want to talk with you about today is I labeled it, it's not about the externals. And we're talking about winning today because that's what I do. I want to help people win. And winning means doing well in your business. Winning means having the health and the body that you want. Winning means having great relationships, enjoying your time in your life, and that kind of stuff. So I'm all about helping you win. So let's talk about that today. It is not about the externals. Whatever it is that you're aiming for, if you're going to win or lose, it's never about the externals. So let's talk about what an external is. Okay, externals. Let me give you some examples of externals to help you be able to see this, because I want you to avoid getting focused on the externals. Number one is other people's opinions. And another way to look at this is other people's approval. See, oftentimes we look out to other people and what they're doing or what they're having, or more importantly, what they say and what they believe. And we think that what we focus on in our life and what we're aiming for in our life has to be in relation or at least lined up with what the other people think is important, right? Whether or not they approve of what we're doing. And we get our head focused around getting other people's approvals and meeting their opinions or getting positive opinions from them about us, then we're really probably fighting for the wrong things, okay? Number two, what you do or should do. Folks, this is not how we win. Not getting focused on what we should do or what we're doing, because really, we can do anything. It's about why. Why are you doing what you're doing, right? So, and by the way, you guys don't need me to tell you what happens when we should on ourselves, right? Well, I should do this, I should do that. What about what you want to do? What about making yourself do the things that are going to get you what you want, all right? Number three on externals, to avoid tools and technology. It's not about your tools and your technology. And here's the truth of the matter. No successful person became successful because of the tools and the technology. The tools and the technology were something that they used to become successful, okay? So tools and technology are for use, not for purpose, all right? All right, and number four, what others have. That's another external. And what I mean by this is another way of saying keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, gee, so-and-so is running their business this way and using these particular things and doing it this particular way, so therefore that I probably should do that, otherwise I won't be successful. And the truth is there are things that really help us be successful in any area of our life, and yet there are so many things that can help us be successful that there's my way of doing things, and there's your way of doing things, and well, the perfect way just doesn't exist, because there's enough ways for us to get out there and be successful. This is so exciting to me, guys, because it helps us to be able to make it our own, to give it our own flavor, right? This is Greg's success, and it has some elements of what other people are using for success, but it's still mine, right? So what do we focus on instead? Right? If we're not going to focus on those externals, because they never really actually help us win, they're not the point. Let's focus on the internals. What are the internal things that make the difference? Number one is your self-image. I know. Here comes the psychobabble kinds of stuff, but here's the truth of the matter. The way that we feel about ourselves, the way that we see ourselves determines what we're willing to do and not do, what we're willing to believe and not believe, and therefore it determines how far we're going to go. Okay? Self-image. What do you believe about yourself? How do you see yourself? How's that different than what others see you? One of the best exercises I help people do is to go out to the people in their lives and ask them, what do you see about me? What is it you notice about me? Is it a vulnerable place to be in? You betcha. But a lot of people get really surprised about the honesty that people are willing to give you, and that you're probably far better off than you think you are. All right? The second one about internals worthy of giving your attention to is, what are your beliefs? What do you believe about what you're capable of? What do you believe about how other people see you? What do you believe about how the world works? Okay? So our beliefs are absolutely critical, because anything that we do in life is determined by our beliefs. If we believe we're capable and that it's important, then we'll do it. If it's not important, if we don't feel like we're capable or it's uncomfortable, then we may not. Number 3, attitudes. How you feel about something or another determines how much of engagement you have with it. So for example, I'm always regularly asking my kids to clean up their room, and if they're like, cleaning room's boring, I don't love it, it takes them longer to get there if they do it. And when they do, it's whining and crying the whole time, and so therefore they're miserable, and so it becomes a longer, drawn-out, uncomfortable process. When we were to change our attitudes about things, we'd be much more likely to engage, which would then bring us greater success, right? Because we all want to be engaged in our life in the right ways. And the 4th one I would share with you guys, is rules. What are your rules about how the world should work? This is how it's supposed to go for me. This is how this life is supposed to work. And whatever rules that you've created in yourself, by the way, have been created subconsciously, right? From our various experiences and interpretations and stuff we hear from other people, we've created a set of rules inside of us about how this world works. And some of those rules serve us really, really well. Some of them are just tearing us apart, you guys. And I want to encourage you to take some time to think about, what are my rules? And are my rules serving me well? Are they taking me to the next level of a great life? Are they helping me become the best version of myself? You guys, I want you to win. You know that. I tell you that almost every time we talk. And the truth is that if you get focused on the internal stuff, then you become who you need to do what you need to do so that you can have what you want to have. Be, do, have. You guys are worth it. I love you. Be great. It's what you're made for. See you later.